Good morning. Thank you for joining me here this morning for this morning mindfulness practice. This morning we have the opportunity again to practice with a little more silence. Practicing in silence has a few benefits, perhaps more than a few. But at least some of them are that if we become familiar with practicing in silence, there's a sense of autonomy, that we are able to drop into this mode of being with awareness for ourselves, wherever we are. And a related sense of agency, of empowerment, that each of us can, for ourselves, choose to reorient our attention. Wherever it may have wandered, wherever the mind may have gone, wherever we may be right now, we can choose for ourselves, without anybody else's prompting, to wake up in that moment, in this moment, and to take a friendly and non-judgmental approach. So by practicing in silence, we come to learn that we can do this ourselves. So how to practice in silence? Fundamentally, this is a question for exploration. There's no easy or fixed answer. It's an inquiry. What does it mean in this moment to be awake and to let things be? So we can practice in silence perhaps without the feeling that there's a very specific thing we're supposed to be doing. And instead with a sense that we are exploring the landscape of awareness, becoming intimate with it, discovering its many contours and possibilities. So ultimately, there's no right or wrong way to practice in silence. It's all an exploration. But I offer a framework that may be supportive, and which you might recognize from the 3-step breathing space, which is first to begin with a wide awareness, acknowledging what's here in mind, thoughts, emotion, the environment around you, and the physical sensations of the body. A wide, lofty mountaintop view. And then in your own time, whenever feels right, you might choose to foreground one particular sensation of the body, to let the attention rest in one place. Perhaps the breath at the nostrils or belly, or something else, hands or feet, the soundscape around you, contact between your body and the chair you're sitting on, or the mat or the cushion. So having begun with a wide awareness, you may like to leave this wide awareness in the background and then rest the attention in one place, perhaps with a narrower focus in the foreground. And each time the mind wanders away, knowing that you can gently and firmly, patiently and kindly come back. And having practiced in this way for some time, allowing the body, mind to steady through this anchor, this narrow focus, or narrower focus. Then at some point you might decide to open out the attention again to a more expansive orientation. It includes perhaps the whole body and the space around you, maybe thought and emotion too. So this wide, narrower and wider sequence can be supportive for practicing in silence. And if something difficult arises, which it often does, remembering that you have several choices. One is to let it be where it is and to continue to deliberately place the attention in the one place you have chosen to focus. Perhaps to acknowledge the difficulty without trying to get rid of it, but to choose to attend elsewhere, somewhere more neutral. An alternative is, if it feels okay for you, if the difficulty feels accessible, to turn towards it. Curiosity and kindness, perhaps to breathe into it and around it, to be interested in how it shows up in the body, what physical sensations are here. And with each out breath, just to invite a softening, a release. A third option, if difficulty does arise, is to move the body, to act in whichever way feels appropriate in the circumstances. If possible, doing so with full awareness of the process before, during, and after. You always have this option too. Finding a posture that's comfortable for you, sitting or standing or lying down. And let's practice in silence together for maybe 10 minutes. As we come into the final minute or so of this period of silence, is it possible to begin again? Wherever the mind has wandered, whatever has been here, is it possible to wake up in this moment, to let things be and to observe, easeful and attentive, towards whatever may be here? With each out-breath, inviting a softening, letting go. Not the previous moment, nor the next one, but this moment right here, right now. Not what has come before or what may come after, but just what is here. This breath, these sensations, thoughts, emotions. Noticing and allowing as far as possible. And with the out breath, letting go and inviting a new moment. So perhaps wriggling the fingers and toes, perhaps stretching if that's helpful. Noticing any thoughts, judgments, comparisons that may arise, how it compares to previous experiences or expectations. Maybe just smiling at all of these natural inclinations of the thinking mind. I mentioned on Friday that I was planning to move these morning sessions over to Zoom, which has a little more functionality, which I think could be beneficial for us. I'll say a bit more about that over the next couple of days, but I wanted to say this morning that it's from Thursday this week that I intend to do that. I think I know who is here. I will send you the Zoom details. But I'll also put my email in the live chat now. And if you think that I might not know that you're here, or if you don't receive the Zoom details today when I'm planning to send them out, late afternoon I think it will be, please feel free to email me and I can send them to you. There you go, it's in the chat now. And more to follow on this, perhaps tomorrow or on Wednesday. But it's from Thursday that I'm intending this to happen, and I hope that will be okay for you. If you have any concerns about it, also, please feel free to contact me, and we're a small group, so I'll really happily listen to those. And most of all, thank you for being here and allowing us to practice together. Wishing you a good day, and I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Take care.